Hey guys, welcome to your energy check-in. This is going to be for Gemini for the first half of your July. Apply this to your own unique situations, like share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you guys get notified on when my new videos post, when I go live. Also, if you guys are interested in wanting to follow me on my social media pages, personal readings with me on Zoom, pre-recorded. The links and the details are in the description box below. Also, if you guys haven't joined my channel memberships, hit the join button. I'll greatly appreciate it if you guys did join just to support me and also my channel. All right, so what messages do we have for Gemini? Over energies for Gemini for the first half of their July. Okay, so we have inner peace. Here's the thing, the inner peace card came out in the reverse. Let me see what it says. It says anxiety may be clouding your mind. Focus on reducing tension and cultivating mindfulness here. I just feel like someone here is dealing with a lack of inner peace in their life. And I do feel like this inner peace, this lack of inner peace has completely taken over someone's life here, you know? And I feel like someone here doesn't really have the tools or the capacity to find that inner peace within themselves. You know, in cultivating mindfulness, you know, that is like, you know, meditating, you know, journaling and stuff like that, you know? Just really being mindful, being really intentional about how you know, sort of like carry yourself, you know? How you deal with conflict resolution within yourself and with others here. Oh my gosh, your cards are jumping out in the reverse here. This jumped out in the reverse, so we have Munchkin land. In the reverse, it says, you may be underestimating yourself or feel small. Stand tall on your own worth. This is about your self-worth here, I feel. So it says inferiority complex and self-sabotage doubts here. Someone here may have a tendency to sabotage themselves, self-sabotage themselves, sabotage themselves out of good things, out of good situations here. Let's see, Gemini. Okay, at least one flew out in the upright. It says Glinda's wand. Okay, let's see what we have here. So Glinda's wand, it says magic and miracles are within your, I think that this is about really truly shifting your mindset, shifting how you see the world and how you see yourself, okay? Well, you have to see yourself first before your outer world can materialize the way that you want it to. And, you know, if you're constantly thinking about, you know, negativity, negative way of thinking, the negative way of thinking about yourself and feeling about yourself, that's what you're going to bring into your life, right? If you switch it over to the other side, to the positive side, like that's where the magic is, right? So, you know, I do feel like, you know, maybe maybe someone here needs to hear the truth about the situation here, and that there's an opportunity here for you guys to work on fixing this. Let's see. What else do we have for Gemini? Okay, we have wealthy man in the reverse. Your cards are coming out in the reverse here, Gemini. I think that with wealthy man here in the reverse, I do feel like someone here is struggling financially at this time. I also feel like someone is feeling small about themselves. Yeah, because you may be underestimating yourself or feeling small. Stand tall and own your worth. I think this is about walking your truth here, you know? I think that, you know, with adjudication here, I do feel like some of you guys may have some sort of decision to make, but things are stalled out. Things are stuck. The energy is stuck here. Yeah, you know, I think the only reason why the energy is stuck here is that we have distant horizons, okay? So the distant horizons card, there could be a lot of meaning here. It could be like communication, it could be travel here. But sometimes the way that I see the distant horizons card is that somewhere is sitting in the place of just illusions, delusions here. You know, unicorns and butterflies shooting out of your butt, you know? So this is kind of like, you know, this is like avoidant behavior. You know, having a hard time facing the truth, you know, facing the truth about someone's own flaws, you know, someone's own setbacks here, you know, someone's own unhealthy patterns, yeah? What is the outcome here for Gemini? Outcome and advice. Outcome and advice for Gemini. So Gemini, we have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles here. I do feel like right now, moving forward here, Gemini, I feel like you guys are definitely reassessing a lot. Reassessing, reevaluating. There's a lot on your mind right now. You know, you could be looking back at the past here, could be learning from your past mistakes here, or understand what, trying to come to an understanding of what happened here, you know. What else do we have for Gemini? The Knight of Wands. That is my avoidant card. I have a few avoidant cards, you know, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So I feel like someone is trying to run from themselves or trying to avoid themselves. I think that, you know, I think when people run away, you know, and they have a hard time facing the truth, they have a hard time facing the uncomfortable feelings of guilt and shame and stuff like that, you know, and regret, you know, it kind of weighs really heavily on them. The thing is, like, when you have those uncomfortable feelings, you know, there's an opportunity for healing and growth. But if you're running away from it, trying to avoid it, trying to, you know, not think about it, not look at it, not see it, it doesn't mean that it's gone away. It doesn't mean that you've healed. You actually have to deal with the actual issue in order for there to be healing and growth. And if you don't deal with it, there isn't. And you're just bound to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And I could understand and see why, you know, with the Inner Peace card, that was the first card out that jumped out in the reverse. There's a lack of inner peace here. We have the Emperor in the reverse. There's a lack of inner peace. There's a lack of stability here. There's a lack of structure here. There's a lack of discipline here with the Emperor in the reverse. It's so interesting. We have the Emperor in the reverse and the wealthy man in the reverse here. So this is telling me that there is someone here in like, there could be someone in your life. I mean, you could be going through this. Like, there is someone here that does not know how to bring in the results that they want in their life here. They just don't have the capacity, the structure, the discipline to do that. Does it have to stay this way? No, it doesn't. You could switch that. You could change that on your own, you know, if you want better for yourself. But you also have to you also have to put in the hard work, because in life, there's no shortcuts. Yeah, those shortcuts that you take, those shortcuts are not long lasting. It's not sustainable. What else? The King of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And then we have the Chariot here, Cancer energy. Like, do you feel like someone here is about to... There's a sense of someone here trying to put on their big girl pants on, their big boy pants on, and trying to really, truly overcome this, trying to work on this here. Yeah. Maybe someone here is like understanding, maybe seeing the truth that, hey, you know, the problem is not outside of myself. The problem is within myself, right? So Gemini, I do hope that this reading was helpful. I hope that this reading resonated. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and bye for now, you guys, okay?